Every individual is the world record holder of something oddly specific.
Everything you've ever thrown away still exists.
It's amazing how much uglier some people get as they age.
For adults, Christmas isn't about the present Christmas, but trying to relive as much nostalgia as possible from childhood Christmases.
Screaming sounds the same in every language.
Everyone that has died still exists in some form. If atoms make up everything, then when we die and decompose, those atoms get released to be used again.
We typically pet dogs in places they cannot reach, like the hot spot above the tail, which is why it's so satisfying to them.
It's very likely that at some point in your life, your teacher came into work with a hangover.
A good song coming on randomly feels much more satisfying than playing it yourself.
A hot night is way more uncomfortable than a hot day.
All life in the universe is forced to suffer against their will, forced to exist by the cosmic machine. Suffering will only end when the universe does, but the same can be said for pleasure and happiness.
General AI will make great opponents in games if they will play to make sure we have fun.
We don't hear ringtones anymore.
Blind people must have taken people at voice value instead of face value.
There are roughly as many human testicles as there are people in the world.
Sweaters are taken off when the wearer gets sweaty.
With the rise of ad skipping, companies will be incentivized to make shorter, more succinct ads.
A wild animal has to be very unlucky to be kept in zoo. A stray animal has to be very lucky to be picked as a pet.
It's impossible to please everyone, but it's easy to piss everyone off.
Now for a quick break. Stay tuned for more shower thoughts. People who are good at conversation at work may not talk much in life.
Humanity went from chiseling rocks into weapons for survival to standing in line for exclusive sneakers and cell phones.
Fasting is the cheapest dieting option.
Life is the biggest chemical accident ever.
The same people who defend billionaires for earning their money are the type to seek hustles that offer passive income.
The boring intro we preferred to skip as kids are necessary for suspension of disbelief as we became adults. I'm Montgomery Jones.
And I'm Amalia Dupre. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll be back tomorrow with more mind-bending shower thoughts. Goodbye for now. If you liked this podcast, check out our other podcast, Daily Dad Jokes. It'll make you laugh and groan. Just search for Daily Dad Jokes in your podcast app or check the show notes page for links. This podcast was produced by Klassic Studios. Please see the show notes page for source credits.